All right, here we go. We're gonna look if things are proportional, right? And those are the graphs that we've been working on, those posters. So situation A, I go to the pumpkin patch. It does not charge to get in, and it charges 50 cents per pound of pumpkin, right? So I go into the pumpkin patch, there's no charge to get in. I charge 50 cents per pumpkin. Okay, so the first thing we're gonna wanna do is figure out the cost of proportion, or the constant of proportionality, right? So constant proportionality is going to be 50 cents, and I'll back up here in a minute. Right, so your equation is y equals 50 cents x. We're not adding anything to this equation because there's no charge to get in, right? So when I'm looking to see if it's proportional on an equation, I'm making sure I'm not adding anything to the equation. So there's no plus number, so I can tell already that this is going to be proportional. When you make your table, right, we got x, y. X is going to be the pounds for your pumpkin, and y is the money. So when we're talking about pounds of pumpkins, let's say I go to the pumpkin patch just for fun. I don't see anything I like, so I buy 0 pounds of pumpkins. Okay, so 0 pounds of pumpkins, well, that's not going to cost me anything. That's $0, right? I just want a tiny, tiny, tiny pumpkin, right? I just want 1 pound of pumpkin. That's just going to cost me 50 cents because each pound is 50 cents. Okay. Well, if I want 2 pounds of pumpkins, right? Like a little bit bigger one. Again, our equation just says, hey, we're going to multiply by 50 cents. 2 times 50 cents is going to be $1. If I wanted 3 pounds of pumpkins, right? 3 times 50 cents is $1.50. Maybe I want a bigger pumpkin. I want to go 10, right? So 10 times 50 cents. That pumpkin's going to cost me $5, okay? Things I'm looking for on the table to see if it's proportional or not. If it can include 0, 0, that's a good sign. And then I want my ratio of y over x to be equivalent, to be equal. So I want my ratio of y over x, right? So if I take y over x, 0.50 over 1, right? Same thing here. If I take 2 over 1, or sorry, 1 over 2, that's the same thing as a half. If I reduce this, I get a half. 5 over 10 can reduce down to a half. Each of these are simplifying to the same ratio, which means I'm multiplying by the same number, right? I'm multiplying each of these numbers by 50 cents to get this. So that's how I know from a table if it's proportional or not, okay? The last thing that we do is a graph. I'm just going to draw a smaller graph. This is your x, so this is your pounds. This is your money on the y-axis. This is our origin. Right, so 1 pound we said was 50 cents, 0 was 0, 2 was $1. Right there. Okay, assuming I was actually on grid paper, this should be a straight line through the origin. This was a straight line through the origin. This would be proportional, okay? So there's different things I'm looking for to see if this is proportional. I'm checking on the equation to make sure I'm not adding anything. I'm looking on the table to make sure I could include 0, 0. And I'm multiplying by the same thing, or the ratio y over x is the same. And when I have a graph, I'm multiplying, or I have a straight line through the origin.